Okay, they're showing me like 3 different storylines all at once. So let's see here. Please just do one at a time. The first one was like a bug, like a spider biting. And we always like shoo spiders away or whatever bug, but just try to hear the analogy because it was kind of funny. It's like you're always shooing them away because you want to save your life, love your life, right? It's like, oh, that could bite me, hurt me, harm me, get that away. And yet some people will do that, but they don't love their life. And it's like, oh, the spider came to take you into your next dream. This spider would have taken you out. Can you hear that? I don't know if I can say that in a straight line. It's like, so sometimes the thing that we're fighting away, we instinctually fight away, but it's actually the very thing we want or called in because we were ready for the new. And so if we just let go and allow, then the thing that we deem as bad or could kill us or take us out, well, you wanted the next dream anyway. So that was how you were going to get there. This could be a hard message to put out because I can already hear how people can take that the wrong way. And of course they can. That was the other thing that was coming through. Thank you. They always bridge it and I never see how. Everything we say can be taken many, many different ways because we're all vibrating at different levels. So we're all perceiving at different levels and we've all had different experiences on top of that. So the layers are thick. And this is how and why things get twisted. So you've heard me reference that before with the Bible, where it's like everybody's saying the same thing in every religion. That's just the one that I'm most familiar with, and I'm not even very familiar with it. So I'm not a scholar on any of them. And yet they're all saying the same thing. They're just saying it in their language and their translation. And it can seem opposing because they're using different words for different definitions. So then it seems like it's clashing when it's not. It's just you called the sun moon and I called the moon sun, and you called the stars the moon and I called. So it's like we're all saying the same thing, but because we're labeling them something different, we get ourselves confused and then we want to argue for our limitation that this is what I see and this is the label I'm giving it. And we don't go into those explanations. We just assume you understand a star is a star and a moon is a moon and the sun is the sun. And when you're calling them different names that I'm calling them, then you are wrong. And that's just how we behave as humans until we can get over our fucking ego and figure it the fuck out. And so they were having me have a conversation. It was something about marriage. And it's like, people have all types of decisions all over the place, and you can even be saying the same thing, but your intention behind it or your meaning behind it can be so wildly different. And it can be coming from a wound, it can be coming from the ego, or it can be coming from the heart. So say you decide you don't want to get married, but you want to be with somebody for the rest of your life is your intention, but you're also open, so you don't want to get the certificate per se. And so that could be coming from many places. Is it coming from a wound? Is it coming from fear of commitment? Is it coming from a lower vibration? Is it sneaky? Is it leaving your options open? Is it, all types of things? Or is it coming from your higher self where you're like, I love this person so much that I plan on getting up every single day and choosing them every single day. And we're making that choice every single day. And I don't need a piece of paper or some country or government or state to authorize it or not. I'm the authority in my life and making the decision and choice to choose me every single day. And in choosing me every single day, I get to choose what is aligned with me. And as long as this person remains aligned with me, we're good to go, right? And so it's making that conscious choice every day. And it's not from a place of, oh, but if I see better, I'm jumping ship. Not at all. And that's what I mean. You got to be careful because somebody else who comes from a lower place be like, oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. But their meaning, their intention is, I have full intentions of having the instant gratification and always choosing whatever I like, whatever on the menu in front of me at any given time. So I might be here, I might be there. You never know. That's a very different interpretation, understanding, and intention of the exact same thing. So if we simplified it down and somebody was like, well, I don't want to get married, and I don't want to get married, and they think that they understand one another, even if they explain it out, right? Like I just did. And even if their explanations were the same, so they both were on one end of the scale or both on the other end of the scale, you still have to choose you every single day because there's liars and manipulators. So hopefully you're getting to know this person long enough, well enough, and you feel it and you resonate with it. I say long enough too, because people can fake it. People can, quote, cloak themselves, wear masks. This is why your only goal is to stay in alignment with you. Does it feel good today? It sure does. Sure do like you, because I'm choosing me. I love me, and this feels good. But you have to be healed and whole to know that. And I'm not going to regurgitate the whole podcast again, but that's what this is always talking about. And so I think it was just the idea of we can get tripped up in the semantics of things, and we can get ourselves tangled due to ego. And where does that always get us? Nowhere good. And so if we can just worry about loving ourselves, being aligned with ourselves, being kind to ourselves, honoring ourselves, being true to ourselves, having the courage and the bravery to say our truth. I don't like that. And if somebody's like, oh, well, I like it, I'm going to keep doing it, you don't have to judge them. You just know that that's not for you. It's like if you're in freezing water and you're like shaking and frozen and you couldn't get yourself out for whatever reason, and you're like, I need help out, I am freezing down here. And they're like, well, that's a shame, right? Like if we can, it's like, okay, that hurts my feelings that you don't want to help me and you're not even explaining why. And you're standing there smoking a cigarette and eating some food and taking your time, but I'm freezing and shaking down here. I'm so numb, I can barely talk. My legs are going numb, and you don't care? That hurts me. That seems cruel and mean. Is there something I don't understand otherwise? When I'm out? Oh boy. Okay, they're jumbling, and this other third thing, which maybe that's what they were pointing out with the end of that one, was there's a spot in the Bible where it talks about some guy, I don't know if it was his brother, they said, or I don't know how they referenced this. It's like a tribe or a kingdom. Who the fuck knows what the storyline was. But it was basically these people knew each other. And this guy had to go off and fight a battle. And the guy was like, and he won the battle. And he came back, and the guy, the friend, the brother was like, why the fuck didn't you let us know you were going off to fight a battle? We would have come with you. And the guy's like, I did. You didn't hear me. You didn't want to help, or you didn't want to come, or whatever the case. And besides, you've won all these battles. I needed to go off and fight my battle. And I take that as sometimes we will ask for help and people have no interest in helping us. And then when they see we won, they want to say, why didn't you let us know? You knew, you chose. You knew and you chose. And besides, I'm glad you chose what you chose. It showed me who you are, your true colors. And it was a demon I needed to fight myself. It was a battle I needed to do. It was an inside job. And I see that you're not going to be here for me during inside jobs, during tough times. I can't count on you. And so it's like, it's good all around. Now, of course, I think the guy got angry because he felt like he was being mocked. And it's like, it's not mocking when you're holding up a mirror. I'm just telling you the truth. You saw I was struggling and you chose to watch me struggle. I told you, you knew, you chose. Got it. It's like, believe people when they tell you who they are, they show you who they are, right? Because they're going to come back around when you're winning and say, oh, why didn't you tell me? I would have helped. Why didn't you call? Bullshit. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them tell you a newfound story that is now convenient. It was convenient for them to not have to go into battle, and it's convenient for them to come back around and enjoy the pie, right? The idea of the little red hen. Like, oh, now, all of a sudden, your nose smells the delicious pie that has come out of the oven. All of a sudden, you have plenty of time to come have a piece of pie. So it can sound cruel, but it's like sometimes these dramatic stories help us see more clearly. But it doesn't mean harden your heart. It doesn't mean it's like they are who they are. Can they change? Absolutely. Do they have to choose to do so? Absolutely. Can they get assistance? Absolutely. Can they get your assistance? Let's hope not. There's other people that can assist them. Hopefully they learned from that experience so that they can go take care of their own wounds, singularly fighting their battles like you did, or with the help of somebody they haven't stung before. Just keep leaping into the next thing. They had shown me a picture the other day. It was a piece of art, or maybe it was like a little video. I forget. I don't know if it was like a slideshow or it was a video, but it was a snake was dying, and this man went and picked up the snake and put it in its pocket and warmed it up and, I don't know, healed it, whatever the case will be. Well, when it got back to itself, it bit the man that healed it and killed the man. And in his dying breath, he said to the snake, "I saved your life. Why would you kill me?" And the snake goes, "You knew what I was when you picked me up and put me in your pocket. You knew I was a snake, a deadly, venomous snake, when you warmed me up and brought me back to life. That's who I am. I'm a venomous snake. So you chose." Right? This is the idea of we can't blame outside ourselves, and we have to believe people are who they say they are. And then you make the choice. Are you some savior? Right? Are you a martyr? Who you proving it to? And what's it costing you? Your own life. Is that the choice you're making? So you don't love your life? You're not honoring your life as a vessel for the divine? You claim to be so good. It's a hard, twisted thing to hear, right? Like, you claim to be so good. Well, we believe good is helping others. Well, there's a fine line. Who are you helping? And again, you can only operate from your heart and offer your best, but you also need to be wise. In that, I'm putting this out there into the ethers. Who's picking it up? Who's listening? Probably a lot of venomous snakes. And hopefully more people who can and choose to learn and grow and change. But of course, there's going to be people from lower vibrations that are going to hear things and twist things to their advantage. Again, it's not always, it's like, one, they are just who they are, venomous snakes. Others are so deep in their wound, they don't understand. They're so far underwater. They're so deep in the well, they can't hear it. They're not distorting or twisting it on purpose. That's where they live, deep in the well. So they have to want to feel better, learn more, understand, which means it's going to be challenging for them. They're going to have to struggle, fuss and fight to get up out of that well. And a lot of them don't want to. So they will stay in the pit of the well and swear that they know and hear and understand. And you have the choice to stand there and argue and try to convince them all the way at the top of the well. You're both wasting your time and your energy and your breath. It's the idea of on two different vibrations. You can't hear one another. But you have to be careful, because you are not going to be in those scenarios where it's going to be that obvious, where you're standing at the top of the well and they're at the base of the well and you guys can't even see each other. You guys are going to be face to face, and they can put on a mask and mirror back and say all the perfect right things. But how connected are you to you? Right? Because we're getting tricked and trapped all the time. So it's like, you don't need to know so much listen with your human eyes and ears as much as you need to tune into you. If you're constantly tuning into you, not to them, but if you're tuning into you, it's because you're loving you and you're honoring you. And you can move through a little bit easier. In my opinion, in my experience. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.